negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. Like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates.
Angel Reese has been removed from the WNBA following a doping scandal, but that's not even the wildest part. Some of her own teammates are saying she's too strong to be a woman, and the people seem to agree with them. It all started with suspensions, then run-ins with her coaches, and now people online are piling on, calling her a dude. It really feels like her whole image is being torn apart before she even gets a real shot at her rookie season. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, a shocking detail came out that changed the whole story. Let's back up for a sec. Reese's downfall didn't just come out of nowhere. It's been brewing for weeks. She came into the league as the number 7 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft and quickly became the Chicago Sky's rebound leader, pulling down 13.1 boards per game. But everything changed not long ago when she suddenly walked off during a game against the LA Sparks and didn't play again for the rest of the month. Almost immediately, X lit up with claims that the WNBA had tested her right after her breakout performance, and that's when the rumors about doping started catching fire. Instead of sympathy, Reese got hit with a wave of trolling. The conversation quickly turned ugly, with fans dragging her appearance instead of talking about basketball. One user said, "She is so ugly and overrated, LMAO, no one wants her man looking R," and then someone else took it to another level entirely, writing probably slinging dope with the other thugs she associates herself with. That's when the narrative really spiraled. What started as speculation about testing turned into a full-on smear campaign, questioning her womanhood, her character, and even whether she belonged in the league. And that's the same energy driving today's claims that she's been kicked out over doping and not fitting in with the team. And trust me, this was just the start. Then came the whispers that even her own teammates were distancing themselves, which made the internet even more convinced something bigger was happening behind the scenes. Fast forward to her actual suspension. Angel Reese didn't even hit the court in the first half against the Aces. The Sky sat her down, and head coach Tyler Marsh made it clear this wasn't just his call. It was something the whole organization backed, and it didn't stop there. Reese racked up her 8th technical before the season even ended, and that's when the WNBA slapped her with the label, "No rookie wants a problem." Then came the interview that set the franchise on fire. Reese told the Chicago Tribune, "I'm not settling for the same we did this year. We have to get great players this offseason." She even called out the team's point guard situation, saying they couldn't just rely on Courtney Vandersloot, who's coming off an ACL tear, to save them. This was bold. And depending on who you ask, it was either leadership or pure locker room poison, because soon after, she was suspended. They issued a statement saying what she said was detrimental to the team and won't be playing in the first half of the game against the Las Vegas Aces. But the drama with Reese ain't just about fouls. Before all this blew up, she got hit with her 8th tech of the season in that game against the Sun, which automatically triggered a league suspension. The WNBA doubled down the next day, saying the call stood, so she had to sit out against the Fever. On paper, that's just a suspension, but the streets have been talking like it's way deeper. Between whispers about doping and even some of her own teammates clowning her, saying she plays too strong to be a woman, the whole situation's been messy. And that tech, it came after she banged into Aaliyah Edwards under the rim right before halftime, the kind of physical play that's only fueling the talk.
And watching the bottom of your screen. The contact by Reese. You can see Angels.
This is where things start feeling political. Dallas Hoops Journal actually reposted that an unnamed WNBA executive even weighed in. She needs to get the hell out of there. Chicago is probably the worst-run organization in the league. That's a heavy statement, especially since the Sky were voted the worst-run franchise by WNBA players in an anonymous 2025 poll. The executive even hinted that a trade might be coming in the off-season, or that Reese herself herself should request one, which honestly tracks. Reese has said she's vocal about what she wants and what she expects from the front office. I'd like to be here for my career, but if things don't pan out, obviously, I might have to move in a different direction and do what's best for me. And just like that, rumors of her being difficult started swirling, with claims she was turning into a locker room diva. If y'all thought the Angel Reese saga couldn't get any wilder, think again. Things hit peak chaos during an 81-79 road loss to the Washington Mystics. With just 29 seconds left, Reese lost her cool and smacked a clipboard right out of staffer Ann Crosby's hands while storming off to the bench. She later tried to explain on Twitter, saying, "Those were pissing me, shout out to Anne because she knows it was the heat of the moment. Not happening again though." But fans weren't buying it. For them, this moment became proof that Reese was spiraling out of control, sparking the whispers questioning her masculinity. Then people started saying that she got kicked out of the WNBA for performance enhancing. Now, the league hasn't officially announced any ban, but you all know how the internet works. Once that kind of story starts trending, it snowballs. And when you mix it with her back-to-back suspensions and teammates already joking that she's built like a man, it only gives those rumors more fuel. But even with all the chaos online and people saying she got booted for doping, Angel was still the one taking all the heat. So she finally broke her silence and apologized. First, she admitted she was frustrated with everything going on and said her actions weren't meant to put down her teammates or disrespect the team. Listen to what she said.
I'm frustrated myself right now. I think the language is taken out of context, and I really didn't intentionally mean to put down my teammates.
But she didn't stop there. Angel also called out that viral article, the same one that sparked the doping rumors, saying a lot of the words were twisted to make her look bad. She made it clear she plans to move forward, focus on her career, and prove she belongs in the league.
About what was said, and I just have to be better with my language because I know it's not the message, it's the messenger, and understanding what I say can be taken.
And that's where things get even messier, because while she's talking about moving forward, our insiders believe her teammates are moving in the opposite direction, because the whispers about her looking like a man all started in the locker room. Here's where it got nasty. The same trolls who were already calling her overrated flipped the script and started saying she looks like a dude. Some even dragged Brittany Griner's name into it, comparing the two like it was some kind of insult. And that's the messed up part. It ain't really about Reese. It's about how women athletes get torn down the second they dominate. But when you add those cheap shots to her suspensions and the fake PED rumors floating around, the narrative got way uglier. Suddenly, every post she made online was getting picked apart like people were looking for proof. If the Chicago Sky really are considering trading her, and if these rumors keep getting louder, she could be facing a rough off-season. She's still one of the most valuable young players in the league, but being labelled a problem or a doper, even without evidence, can tank a career real quick. Just look at what happened to Liz Cambage. One controversy and suddenly she couldn't find a stable spot in the WNBA. When you zoom out, this feels like a clash between a young star who refuses to play nice and a league that wants her to stay quiet. Reese herself has said, "I've dedicated my life to this sport and I deserve fair pay for the value I bring." She's clearly not afraid to speak up, but the WNBA doesn't always handle outspoken players well. This whole situation is messy, from suspensions to viral hate comments to unfounded doping rumors. Whether you love Angel Reese or think she's too controversial, there's no denying she's one of the most talked about players in the league right now. If the Sky trade her, or if the WNBA actually hands down a punishment, this could change the entire power balance of women's basketball. Honestly, I think there is more to the story, but let's watch out to see whether the Chicago Sky will actually keep her next season or cut ties.